Oh my lord. I cannot pass this one up, can I? I really cannot. This is the kind of offer, so I'm just dumping me footage and stuff, and then look at this.
I'm Chris and I'm solo travelling through Norway in this, my fully loaded motorhome on the ultimate 6 weeks road trip. I'll be filming 42 daily episodes and releasing them every Tuesday and Thursday for the next 21 weeks. So hit subscribe and join us on this incredible road trip. Now let's get back on the road.
Good morning, it's Saturday. It's 9 o'clock and I'm about to start leaving the site. However, I have figured out the mystery of how this campsite is so cheap in comparison to what we have in the UK. If you want to watch the video about that, go back 2 episodes when I first get to Norway and I first find this campsite, because let's face it, for what I've paid, it's incredible. So I spent 2 full days here, well, 1 full day, 2 nights here, and we're leaving today. We've got loads to do, which I'll explain later in the video, but this is what's in the toilets. Listen to that. It's rock hard. I'm glad I just got something to blow my nose, because if I'd wiped my ass with this, it would look like I fell off a motorbike. I'd end up with road rash. It's brutal. Anyway, let's get cracking and sort the van out, and then we'll head off.
You've heard of the NC 500. It's iconic, stunning beaches, epic scenery and some of the best roads in the UK, but it only scratches the surface of the Scottish Highlands. You miss out on places like the Cairngorms and even the Isle of Skye. So while I'm away filming in Norway, you can grab all 3 of our best-selling travel guides, the NC 500 Improved, the Ultimate Scottish Road Trip and the Cairngorms and Highlands, half price in a bundle. That's just £30 for all 3, only £10 per guide. As a YouTube channel, we do not do any sponsored content, brand related content, power bank reviews or any of that. We only advertise things that we make ourselves, which is why the sales of our travel guides massively are appreciated. They support the production of videos like this, the adventures, the diesel to get to these places, to make videos that hopefully you guys enjoy. To get this discount, head over to the link in the description. Now let's get back to the video.
Now when I was slating Danny for a drive and then yesterday's video last time, I've somehow, there's white lines in a massive metal grill thing for draining your grey water, and I've somehow missed it. I mean, it's pouring in, but it's just going onto the road first. I mean, it's sunny, so it'll dry and probably stink. Funny how much grey water ends up stinking, isn't it? It's just literally like shower water, sink water. We once had it in the Grand California where we were driving home and the smell was that bad. Me and Danny were both nearly vomiting. It was like a rotten egg smell. It was coming out the drains in the bathroom. So yeah, that was a brutal drive back. Desperately do need to find a bin just to get rid of the rubbish. I presume it'll be on the way out. I'm not sure though. I'll have to have a little look, because I've got that big paper bag full of crap. And I find need bin, and I'm not taking a bin bag that big out of this campsite. There's no chance. So I'm gonna park up in this little forest thing and go and ask him reception. Normally I would never use a bin bag that big. Well, it's not even a bin bag, a bag that big for me rubbish, because they're a nightmare to get rid of, which is why there's no way I'm just driving off and going to find a bin, because I'll probably not find one where I can get rid of a monster bag like this. The first spot, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I'll show you, because I'm going to use my book. Why not? Saves us looking on Google Maps. So essentially the first place I need to go to is Lindesnes Lighthouse, which is this one. So what I'm going to do is the QR code on here. I just scan it with a QR code. That will open Google Maps. And there we are. 45 minutes and hopefully some lovely scenery. What a day. What's the temperature? See what the temperature is the day. 9 degrees, man. Basically Spain, that. No wonder everyone's looking at us like I've lost the plot. It only gets up to 11 today, and that's good enough for me. 12 tomorrow though, but cloudy. Feels like, oh, look at that. Tuesday, 15. I'll not be able to get out the van in temperatures like that. Mandal was very, very beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Just a nice, relaxing day. It's rare that I get out like that, to be honest. And I get there'll probably be people commenting. Obviously, I haven't seen that yet because the videos are uploaded quite a little bit behind when I'm actually here. But I've got no doubt there'll be people saying, you're in Norway and you're staying at a campsite, what's wrong with you? You need to stay here. You should have went where I did, and telling us how what you've done was better than what I'm doing, which seems to be the recurrent theme on YouTube. But what you also need to remember is this guide that I'm writing and this trip that I'm on is something that I'm trying to achieve a very varied... Oh, look at that. That's a cool church. Got distracted by that, so I'm going to go and have a little neb around that. In Norway, the churches, it's a very Lutheran country, and the churches are absolutely mad. They look like they're off some sort of like film, half of them. They're insane, like crooked black wooden churches. They are very cool. Even if you're not religious or into any of that sort of stuff, you still need to come and see them. There's one that I'll get to later on. I think it's Bergen Stave Church it's called. It's absolutely insane. Literally looks like it's off a horror film. So I'm going to go and have a walk around that one, grab some photos. Looks like a bloke that's about to stutter Ben into the ground, to be fair. I don't know what that's meant to be. And I know you might think, sort of in this series as you're watching, I think, oh, like, oh, that's lovely, where's that? But like this, as you see it now, is basically every part of Norway. Like, this is a minimum, is how pretty everywhere is. Like, the first time we came, we were constantly videoing and photographing stuff, thinking, oh, look at that, get that. But then after a bit, you're like, oh, literally everywhere looks like that. There's never anywhere that's not at least this beautiful. Tons of classic cars today. They look lush. There's some beauties. Another thing you'll probably notice quite quickly in Norway is the speed limits are dead slow, which, in all fairness, I didn't mind at all. I don't know if they would bother us a bit if I lived here, but then again, everyone just does the speed limit. Everyone's speeding anyway, because the speed limits make logical sense. It's not like 20 mile an hour in a town. What sort of speed's that? My van can't even do 20 mile an hour. Rolls faster than that. But yeah, the speed limits are nice and slow, and there is coppers kicking about. We found one last time we were here, and he was sitting on a little deck chair with his little radar gun, hiding behind a wheelie bin on a road. So it's not, there's just no need to speed here, to be honest. And in all fairness, especially these type of areas, when it drops down to 50 kilometers, which is normally right past people's houses, it's still super twisty. It's like proper little rally road, so you're not going to be in a motorhome or a campervan. You ain't doing more than that speed anyway. Whoa! Jeez, a big old hole right in the entrance of the car park. I thought I'd missed it, but definitely didn't. So this is actually somewhere you can stay overnight. This was my planned part of, like I said, but I just couldn't be bothered. So it's a nice spot, beautiful area, and you can walk straight down to the coast from here. It tells you to leave 4 meters between vans, which is nice. It means everyone's not going to be parking right on top of each other. But it's relatively quiet. I bet this gets ramalammed in the summer as well. Sounds a tad windy, so I thought I'll put my hoodie on just in case, you know what I mean. It's a lovely day though. We are here. We'll walk all the way around, up and over to the lighthouse. far as lighthouses go. It's pretty, it's in a nice place. Not my thing, if I'm honest. But it's another side of doing these travel guides. I have to do a load of stuff that I definitely wouldn't bother doing had it been just coming for me. It's a museum, there's a lot more to it which I'm not going to go over in this video, but it's all detailed in the guide and all the rest of it. But it's pretty, and I couldn't have gotten a better day for it really. Back in. I was going to walk around the head of the sort of rocky outcrop bit to get a photo from there, but in all fairness, I've had a look through the photos and I think, in all honesty, the building in front of the lighthouse would be in the way anyway, and I've got the one that I need. And that's the thing that probably people not necessarily expect, which I didn't when I first started doing the guides, is that like they're not cheap to make. Like, even if yes, you've got the physical cost of having them printed and then the time to look through them, to check them, to post them out and all the rest of it, but you've also got little costs like this. So as an example, I paid just shy of £9 to go and take a photograph, never mind diesel to get here or time or anything else. So it does all add up, and you'd be surprised at sort of how expensive these are to come and photograph stuff. It's the same with Scotland, not to the same extreme because I didn't have to travel as far, but if I had to build in all the costs just to make a guide, I'm glad I don't, because it would be horrifying. I'm glad I enjoy the process of coming here, because if it was just purely to make a profit, one, it doesn't, and two, I'd be sick. So the next thing that I would have been doing is the salmon ladder, but there's no salmon even to begin the migration till mid-May apparently, according to Google. So instead, we're going to Fjord line, which is, for anyone who's just completely tapped and enjoys riding a bike, it's basically a bike on a train line, and you're just riding, but you haven't got any freedom to decide where you go. You just go around this disused train line. I'm standing here baffled, thinking, why is it just flashing? But obviously you have to pay on your card, and the card machine is just there, not next to the pump. I'm thinking, I don't know what's going on, but I've gotten it to work. So it means we'll probably have to wait to figure out how much this is going to cost, because it'll recalculate. Presumably it holds an amount just like the ones in the UK do, and like the one in Denmark done. I didn't even need quite half a tank either, so we'll see how much. In fact, I'll be able to calculate it for you in just a minute. The holding amount they put on is £180. So whack that. £34.20. That's not bad at all, really, for half a tank. But like I say, it is something that you probably need to be mindful of. It's 100. I mean, you're not coming to Norway with less than £182 in your bank, really. But that's a canny chunk to hold. Definitely could not have picked a more dusty area to drive into. I'm going to park in the corner. There's actually a picnic bench over there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make me sausages. Yeah, I might go and sit over there and eat them. Did have a no parking or no camping sign as you come in, and two vans that definitely look like they're being camping. Another thing that always needs maintenance and work is the travel guides, even though I'm not at home doing them. So normally we do still fulfill, obviously, the orders while we're travelling. I'm in Norway, Danny's at home, so she's doing them. But I need to keep the stock up and all the rest of it. We try and run quite a tight ship these days and not sit on tons and tons of stock. But because of that, if we get any major influxes of orders, which obviously we always do whenever we're doing a sort of series of videos, they need to be replenished ahead of time. So I didn't want to be putting messages on saying, actually, they're out of stock at the minute. So I'm just ordering some of these, and then I'm going to make myself some, I think it's sausages, isn't it? Yes, it is. So we've got 6 pork sausages. I'm just going to have these with some, what am I going to have them with? Some hot sauce or something. So let's have a look how we're getting on with the old electrical system. Obviously the air fryer's just gone on. So as you can see, we are using about 1,500 watts at 115 amp per hour, bringing in a bit of solar, not major, and because of the capacity of the battery that I've got, running the Ninja air fryer with just one of the two zones on. The fridge is also running off electric and Starlink, which is always on. I could still do that for probably about 7.5 hours, provided what solar I'm getting stays the same as well. So yes, I've got a little bit over the top battery system, but this is my office, this is where I work. Everything that I use, this, my camera, everything else uses electric, my laptop, the lot. So I need all of that to work. I cannot have any issues with that specifically. So it's a great system. Again, that was installed by Lewis at Adapt Vans. If you're looking for a sort of high-end electrical system in the northeast, he is the man to go for. Again, I'll put a link to his Instagram in the description, and if I forget, just comment and I'll send you his way. Sausages, fork, hot sauce, drink, Norway. Some tunes coming from somewhere. What a time to be alive. Eating sausages with hot sauce on in Norway. What a treat. The roads here are just mad. Like the train that they're going up and down, you think there's no way. How the hell did you just make a road here? And like these roads will have been here a long time ago. If there's one thing, well, I've said that I suppose to tunnels. If there's two things the Norwegians know how to build, one of them's tunnels and the other one is roads. Are the most insane. They either go up and over or just straight through. But the terrain is just simply incredible. And there is much more direct routes than the route I'm taking to get. Oh my God, what is going on with the classic cars today? I know this might sound a little bit pathetic, but it's one of my childhood dream cars because my uncle had one and I loved it. A Peugeot 205 GTI, the 1.91 in red. Oh, loved it, love them. Absolutely immaculate. I've seen so many classic cars today, it's not even funny. I don't know if it's just because it's Saturday and the weather's nice, everyone's taking them out. Wondering how hard it is to drive in Norway. In all fairness, I think because it's so quiet is what makes it easier. I think if it was busy and there's people always trying to overtake you and stuff, then it would be a lot more stressy because some of the roads are a little bit like that and some of them are not quite two full lanes, so they get a little bit tighter. But because the roads are so quiet, it kind of counteracts that and it's much more chilled. I don't know how bad they would be in the summer when it's like much busier with tourism. I don't know, but obviously in terms of like the Norwegians, there's not a huge population realistically, and the further up you get, the kind of more sparse that becomes. But the roads are like perfectly immaculate. There's no potholes or any of that sort of stuff. As I mentioned in the very first video when I got to Norway 2 episodes ago, there is quite a few tunnels in Norway. So if you're not a fan of tunnels, you might have a bit of a time. But I'm coming out of a tunnel, going over a bridge, and then straight back in a tunnel afterwards.
just beautiful. Windy here though. 12 minutes left till we're in Fjord, if that's how you say it. I'm not entirely sure it is. Let's have a look at this. Yes, this is beautiful. I'd stay somewhere like this actually. I'd park up here. It's just off the road. You're not in anywhere near anyone's house or anything like that. I mean, it'll not be quiet, but it's quiet enough. Yeah. This is nice. Should I get the old drone up and show you some footage from the drone? Should I? Go on then. I've spotted another cool as out church, so I'm going to pull out, grab a few photographs of this, and then push on again. To see it, it's hot here is a bit of an understatement because we're in such a little valley. It's just a proper sweatbox. It's scorching here. I was just here taking photos of the beautiful church, and then two stalkers come out of the bushes. A couple of subscribers that see, this is the thing about YouTube, we get to meet people from all over the place that we would maybe say hello, but only if you were staying next to each other. So we've met a couple of subscribers, so I'm going to be social tonight. I'm going to go and have some food, and we're going to park up together. Yeah. You committed now?
Yeah.
So they can't ditch us. So we're going to have a little bit of food and that later on. And we think we've found a park up.
Yeah.
A good one.
A good one.
Yeah.
It looked better than the first one that I was going to... The one I was going to take us to tonight was apparently very industrial. Not necessarily the Norway that I'm trying to show off, so we'll show you that as we get on later on. But I still need to go and get some photos of two different places, and then we'll meet up again later on. They've got a dog, which is good. He's chilling in the van, and a cat. He is now that I'm not a cat person, but the cat looks cozy in there, so I might show you the cat later on as well. I hate bends like this because I can't see. Just got to pull out and hope for the best. So I've had to pull out because this isn't where I'm planning on staying, but I need to show you the level of off-grid park-ups that you can find in Norway. So look at this. So the van is there. Park up here. Come off it. What a spot. I'm meant to be meeting my new friends from Belgium at a site which is only 5 minutes from here. I might see if they just want to come here instead, because this is absolutely beautiful. Look at this, man. Oh, I might have to do that because this is too nice to give up, I think. So I've turned the van around so that my door faces out. Let's do a rerun and I'll show you what it's like. So you come out the door. Straight into what is just astonishing scenery. Oh my Lord. I cannot pass this one up, can I? I really cannot.
And this is what I'm talking about. This is Norway. This is incredible. So I've sent a text message to my new friends. They've don't think they've seen it yet. They might have blocked us. Maybe. I'm not sure. But this is where I'm staying. This is the kind of office, so I'm just dumping me footage and stuff, and then look at this. Definitely the nicest looking office view I've ever had. Even out the front window, look at that. So I'm going to dump this footage, and while I do that, let's get some drone footage so I can show you how incredibly beautiful this place really is.
This episode is part of a daily vlog series, so you can head back and watch the previous episode by clicking here, or if you're brand new to this road trip, why not jump back to episode 1 by clicking here and start it from the very beginning.